Good evening, everybody. This is Humulos, and here before you sits a table in Tabletop Simulator, a table covered in Digimon cards. As you can see, we've got hundreds of them, maybe not hundreds, more like dozens, but there's a bunch here. And tonight is a very special night because we're going to be showing you how to do things with these cards on this here table. So it's not just me here tonight. We also have with us Flurp. Say hello, Flurp.
Hello, Flurp.
Thank you. We have Wrist.
Heyo.
And we have Cab.
Hey, Cab.
Thank you. All right, so we've all been playing this game for a few weeks now. We've been playing it using Tabletop Simulator because basically, in my opinion, I don't know about everyone else's here, but this has been not only a pretty easy way to play it once we figured out DigimonCard.dev and all that, but also a nice looking way to play it as well. So it's definitely looks appealing. It's got this memory counter going on. It's shaped like a Digivice. It's got dice, which we don't technically need, but most importantly, it's got the cards, which we can see here. So we're going to be doing a demonstration battle to help everyone get familiar with the rules of this game. And the good news is that this game is really easy to pick up. It's one of the simplest card games I've ever played personally, except for maybe the Llamas with Hats card game. That game is also pretty simple.
Why aren't we streaming that?
That is a great question, and we will do that sometime, I promise. Maybe not on this channel, though. That's not a Digimon. April Fools. There we go. Maybe we'll do it on April Fool's Day. We'll play the Llamas with Hats card game. Which I would like to point out that I do regularly play whenever my sister's in town, because we do love that game. Either way, we're not here to play Llamas with Hats. We're here to play Digimon. Get out of here, Nuclear Laser. As a heads up, I will apologize. I am bad at saying English Digimon names, and I am going to try to do my best to actually say them, because that's what these cards say, and that's the most important part about why we're doing this in this way, because a few of us here have the actual cards. We are able to actually put decks together for real and play with them, but they're all in Japanese. This game has not been released outside of Japan as of yet, but the fan community is amazing, and they've gone through and done really good translations for all of these cards. And when I say good translations, I don't mean that there's just text hovering over them, but if we zoom in right here, we can see that the actual text has been edited right onto the card. In some cases, they've preserved the transparency effects that were there to begin with. Like if we if we look at this here, /Angemon, you can see it's still behind the text box. So they've done an amazing job. It looks official. It looks great, except for, the sample that appears sometimes. But updates are continually happening to get rid of little things like that. Anyway, so we're going to be fighting, myself and Flurp. Flurp, tell us about the deck that you're going to be using today.
So this deck, I got it off of YouTube, but I guess technically they got it off of Twitter, so it's from Twitter. It's a red aggro deck, because red is the color of aggression in every card game it's in, and this is no exception. So I've played with the deck before, so I have it saved as an object in Tabletop Simulator, so I can just drag it out of my saved objects folder and it pops right into existence, which is very cool.
There you go. Now I'm not gonna lie, Flurp and I, we've played card games in real life, and there's one thing that's consistent about the matchups we do is he tends to win. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm not great at deck building, but I did make my own deck because I wanted to have a green deck. So we have this right here. This is my jungle deck. Great name, I know. I just typed in the first thing that popped in my head, but I've got an assortment of different bugs and plants up in here. And green decks are cool because they have lower cost for a lot of evolutions, and you're able to get out a lot of creatures for a relatively low amount of memory. And memory, as we're going to find out, is a very important resource in this game. So we have our decks out. I'm going to flip mine over so you can't see them. And
real quick,
yes.
The hang tight banner is still floating across the screen.
Yeah, because I want everyone to hang tight while we play.
Okay. Well, that's your prerogative.
Or maybe because I forgot. Surprised chat didn't mention that. Sorry about that. Anyway, So I have my deck turned over, but you'll notice it's in 2 different back colors. And this is important because in this game, you do work with 2 different decks. You have your normal deck, which is 50 cards. And as of right now, that number is just 50. It's not up to 50 or a minimum of 50. It's just 50. So we have our deck of 50 cards. That's comprised of Tamers, Options, and Digimon, of course. And then we have our Digitama deck, or Egg deck, which contains a bunch of little baby Digimon. And these guys are going to go into our raising area down here in the corner, while the rest of the deck is going to go in our deck slot up here. Very nice. This Steam mod will let you snap things into place, or you could be like Flurp and turn that off because the snap is a little aggressive sometimes. So that is entirely up to you. Now, we've got our decks in place, so we're going to go ahead and shuffle them up. Obviously, that's the first step you do in any card game. All right, so they're all shuffled. At this point, we're going to roll some dice and see who goes first. Now, we tend to go by magic rules with this, which is whoever rolls the higher number chooses who to go first. So I rolled a 1. Flurp is pro. Oh, that's out of there.
Sorry.
There it is. That's a 5. Okay.
5.
So
I'll choose to go first because as a red player, I need to take initiative.
that's right. All right. I will let you take narration of your turn.
Okay. So first things first, we should both set up our security cards
That's right.
because I usually forget that. I'm very surprised and proud that I remembered this time.
Now tell us about security. What is the purpose of this?
So the role of security in this game is basically your life points. So if you run out of security, you can get attacked one more time and the game is over. So the objective of the game, the main objective, is to get rid of all of your opponent's security cards and then attack them one time, and that will make you the winner. You start the game by taking the top 5 cards of your deck and putting them in the security zone, like so. And every time your opponent attacks you, you will flip over a security card, and that is what's called a security check. And we'll get into the nitty-gritty of that later, but essentially, after a security check, the security card goes to trash pile, and it is gone. And again, once you run out, get attacked, that's it. So, pretty important aspect of the game. You'll see how important later, when all of Cumulus is gone.
I would contest that, but you're probably right. A nice thing about Red is it really likes checking security, as you'll see.
That is all it likes to do. Yeah.
Yes. Normally, you would check 1 security per attack, but Red has little modifiers that will let you attack more than 1, or in some cases, even 5. So.
Oh yeah, sometimes.
All right. So how many cards are we starting with in our hand?
You will start with 5 cards in your hand. So press 5 on top, and I'll draw my starting hand. Oh man, this is okay. All right, so normally to start my turn, I would draw a card, but since I'm playing first, I do not do that. So I will move to the raising phase. What happens here is I'll go to my Digitama pile, and I will flip the top card into the active raising zone. I don't know what it's called.
Sure, we'll go with that. Active raising zone.
So this is Yokomon. She's a baby. She's ready to go. So I'll move to my main phase, active phase. Wait, no. Yeah, main phase in this game. It is also called main phase.
Yes.
So I can evolve Digimon. I can play Digimon directly from my hand. Right now, I will opt to evolve Yokomon into Agumon. And I will do so by placing Agumon on top of her. And since I evolved the Digimon, I can draw a card. Every time you evolve, you're allowed to draw a card, so I will do so. This makes it hard to lose card advantage in your hand as the game goes by, because you'll be evolving, hopefully, as you go, and continuously replenishing the cards in your hand. So the action kind of just keeps on going no matter what, if your deck is working well. So you'll notice in the middle of the zone, this is the memory slider. If I were to use any amount of memory, I would move the memory chip in a direction based on how much memory I spent. Evolving into Agumon costs 0. If you look in the Evo circle. It says
I'll
level 2.
zoom in on
0.
that right there.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it costs 0 memory for me to evolve, and most rookies have that quality. But right now, I will do something. I will evolve Agumon into Greymon, and that will take 2 memory, as it says on the card. So I will move the slider to the right by 2, and the rules of this, and I'll draw a card. In this game, when the slider moves past 0 from your turn to your opponent's turn, your turn is over right away, and it passes right to the opponent's turn. So it's pretty evident when your turn is over. And right now, it is over. So it is your turn, Nicholas.
There we go. So one quick thing I want to point out here is you'll notice that Flirp, he played this Agumon. He played it slightly over Yokomon and did the same thing with Greymon, and there is a good reason for that. You'll notice that these Digimon may have text at the bottom of them in a section called Inheritable. With Greymon here, we see it says, on your turn, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP. Now, inheritable effects do not affect the Digimon whose card they are, but they do affect cards that are above them. So Agumon does not have any inheritable effects, but Yokomon does, which is when attacking, if this card is attacking an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP until the end of turn. So that will apply to Greymon, since that is visible under Greymon. You'll also notice that Agumon had an effect that's on the normal part of his card. That would be something that applies to him, and it's saying when played. And you'll notice Flirp did not look at the top 5 cards of his hand when he played this card, because he didn't technically play it, he digivolved into it. Playing and digivolving are considered 2 different types of actions in this game. So you can digivolve from an existing Digimon that's already on the field, or you can play a Digimon directly into the battle area without digivolving. So those are 2 different types of actions that will trigger effects differently. Now it is my turn, so I will begin by drawing a card. And there we go. Oh, lucky me. That's a good card to have gotten. I am going to go to my raising area and flip over 1 card as my raising step. I have Tanemon out, and now it's my main phase, so I can start playing whatever cards I want from my hand. Now you'll notice I have 2 memory on my side right now. That doesn't mean I can only use 2. What that means is that I have 2 towards me to use however I wish. Ultimately, I currently have 13. I have enough to play something that costs 12 memory. Directly from my hand, because that'll just move this little counter all the way over to Flirp's side. Like you said, once the memory counter crosses 0, it is immediately the other person's turn. So if I have something I want to play and it costs that much memory, no problem, I can do so. I just can't do anything else. Now, I'm not going to do something that crazy just yet, because I don't want to give Flirp that much power that quickly. Instead, what I'll be doing is I'll be playing Mushroommon on top of Tanemon for 1 memory. Because that's a Digivolution, I draw 1 card. And then I'm going to look through my hand here and decide what else I may like to do. Now, I have a lot of options here, some better than others. And you know what? Let's go ahead and evolve Mushroommon 1 more time. That's going to cost another 1 memory, because if we see at the top left of Vegemon here, it costs 1 memory to evolve him, or if I wanted to play him directly, it would cost 4. But we're playing him as a Digivolution, not playing him directly. Also, as a fun fact, this Vegemon card is wrong. It's supposed to be 6,000 DP, not 4,000 DP, and I promise you, I'm not just saying that to cheat. It's there was a lot of confusion with this card when we first started, and it's since been updated on the official website, so that's how that goes. Now, I'm at 0 right now, and that means I can do basically 1 more action from my hand. Now, oh, did I draw a card when I evolved into Vegemon just now?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so either. I gotta remember to do that while I'm explaining. So I can play 1 more thing from my hand, and I'm gonna do something that will benefit me, but it will also be a little bit risky. I'm gonna give Flirp a little bit more memory than he gave me. I'm gonna give him 4 memory to work with so that I can play Mimi. Mimi is a tamer card who hangs out down here, and tamer cards are basically like enchantments and magic, where they just stay out and affect the battlefield, and they may have abilities on them too. With Mimi, she's got a passive ability where at the start of my turn, if I have less than 2 memory, it becomes 3. And she's also got an active ability where if I tap her or make her rested, is how we say it in this game, then I can do an extra raising step during my main phase. So a very useful card to have, although that I require a level 5 or higher Digimon out to be able to activate. So there we go. My turn is now over since the memory gauge crossed 0, and it is now Flip's turn.
All right. So to start my turn, I will move my Greymon out.
Beautiful.
Or I guess that's probably after the draw phase, so I'll do that first.
Technically,
Draw.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to be
Draw.
too pedantic about it here, but yeah.
I will deploy the Greymon.
Greymon deployed.
There he is. All right. So now I have a few options here. Cumulus has given me 4 memory to work with, which is very kind of him. As a result, I will use 4 of that memory to play my own Tamer card. Tai Chi.
Good choice.
The first part of this effect does basically the same thing that Mimi does, in that if my memory is less than 3 at the start of my turn, it goes to 3. So things should get a little bit more heated after this turn, because we'll start with more memory to work with. All right. So now I realize that since he has his Tamer out to get 3 memory during his turn, I can basically just give him 3 memory and nothing would have changed. So I will do that. I will play Agumon from my hand. And I will resolve the effect before it is his turn, because that's how that works. All effects get resolved before the turn is passed. So right now, since I played him, not evolved, I will look at the top 5 cards in my deck, add a Tamer card from among them in my hand, and then put the rest on the bottom in any order. Which means if I don't find a Tamer, then I am out of luck. I'm not sure how looking works.
I am not 100% sure either, so if you want to just take them out to the corner of the board, that'd be fine.
It's all good. I don't care if he's...
Okay. I'm not looking, I promise.
I believe you. Alright. 0 Tamers.
0 Tamers out of 5, huh?
Out of 5.
Wow.
Which is, it's not too outlandish, I don't think.
Yeah. I mean, as long as none of those were really good cards and you didn't lose anything.
I mean, all right. Go ahead. The turn is over. You have 3 memory to work with.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 1. And we're going to then take, for our raising phase, we're going to take this Vegemon and we're going to place him out in the battle area. There we go.
I'll have to remember he has 6,000.
That's right.
Power.
6,000. So now my raising phase is done. On your raising phase, you can either turn over a card or put a Digimon out to the battle area. You cannot do both. You can only do one of those 2 steps. In addition, if the Digimon in your raising area is still a baby, it cannot be sent out to the battle area. Meaning if you didn't have a child level to play on it, well, you just kind of missed out on 1 free Digivolution source. So that's how that works. And as a quick note, again, we mentioned the turns change over when the memory counter crosses 0. But let's say that your memory counter hasn't crossed 0 and you have nothing else you want to do. There is the option to pass your turn, and if you do so, then you will basically immediately give the other player 3 memory to work with. It's not always the best decision, but sometimes it may be the only one that you have.
Yep.
Alright, so we got Vegemon out here. We drew my card already. We got Mimi chilling out here doing nothing. And we got 3 memory to work with. So we're going to make some use of that memory. We have this Greymon to worry about, but he's only 4,000 DP. Now, I can't directly attack another Digimon unless they are rested, meaning that they have been turned sideways because they were either forced into that or because they performed an action on their turn. So I would choose to attack Flip Security directly if I wanted to right now. And if he wanted to, if he had a blocker card out, he would be able to block me, but currently he does not. Only specific Digimon are able to block in this game. Otherwise, the attack will connect when the opposing player declares who their target is. Alright, so I have a few options I can do here. None of them are particularly amazing, I'm not going to lie, but they're still at least good. So let's go ahead and attack security just for fun with 6,000 from Vegemon.
Alright, so I will take the top card of my security. I will flip it over.
Ooh.
And it is a Tamer card. So, because it's a Tamer card, and because it was security checked, you'll look at the bottom part of the card. It says security, meaning when this is security checked, when it's flipped, I can play it without paying its cost, and I will do that. So now I have twin Taichis.
Very nice. And that's pretty common for tamer cards, so I think that's the only effect they've had
Pretty
so
much
far.
all of them have that, yeah.
Right. They may not all have that in the future, but right now that is it. And you'll notice that a lot. A lot of times a option or tamer card will have as its security effect just play this card, whereas some options will have completely, well, not completely, but similar effects to their main effect, and some option cards don't have any effect at all. So you never know what you're going to get. Now, if that had been a Digimon card that was unveiled, then we would have compared DP. We would have compared my 6,000 to whatever appeared there. If my DP was higher than the security check, then Vegemon would have survived. If it was the same or lower, Vegemon would have died. The security check still proceeds as usual. The security Digimon would still be thrown away. But what matters is whether or not the person attacking security has their Digimon die or not. So he's good, which I am happy about. So we are going to now go ahead and we're going to untap him for just a moment. We're not actually putting him active, but we are playing another card on top of him. And we're playing Mega Kabuterimon. So now, actually, I think let's go one more up. So we've straightened him out first because only the top card on your Digimon stack should be turned sideways if it's in rest mode. So we have this guy out. We move the memory counter 2. We draw 1 for evolving, and now we still have 1 memory left, so we have to decide what we're doing. Now, as we remember from last time, he's going to get 3 memory no matter what if I get him at 1 or 2, thanks to his tie cards up there. So just because of that, we're going to be a little bit crazy here, and we're just going to play Kabuterimon directly.
Whoa, you're crazy.
That's right, for a cost of 6. So that puts him up to 5.
All right. Okay, so my turn. I will draw a card. Then I will flip. Use during the raising phase.
I didn't need it yet, Wrist. Sorry, Wrist just messaged me.
Okay, so I'm going to evolve Yokomon into Biomon for 0 memory. I'm gonna draw a card off that. Okay. So I have a few options here. Let's see. I will spend 2 memory to evolve Greymon into Groundramon. And I will make sure this does not snap so that I can put it on top of the card.
I think you also want to put your baby all the way at the bottom of the
battle
area.
I can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can. Wait, let's see. Can I see Greymon? Yeah. Okay.
I'll move it down so just in case. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, because if you want to evolve one more time, then yeah.
Yeah, I will draw off of that.
Right now, his Groundramon is freaking powerful. I would like to point out it's a 6,000 DP plus 2,000 because it's his turn, and that's what Greymon's inheritable effect is. And then if it's attacking an opponent's Digimon, it'll be plus an additional 1,000. So if he attacks my security right now, he'll be at 8,000 DP. But if he chooses to attack my Mega Kabuterimon, which he can do because it is currently in the rest state, then he'd be at 9,000, which is obviously bigger than 6,000. So it depends on how he wants to do this, because he can either attack over here with a bunch of security checks thanks to these, well, not yet, actually, never mind. He doesn't get additional security checks yet, but
we'll see. I'm trying to decide how crazy I'm going here.
Ooh, that's exciting.
I will spend 1 memory, and I will evolve into Dark Tyrannomon. Ooh, that's nuts. All right. I will evolve Groundramon into Phoenixmon. Sorry.
There it is. Oh, good. You do the same thing I do.
I will draw. Okay.
That is one strong legendary bird right there. And
Okay.
I'll let you explain the cool thing that just occurred because of that.
Now that I have a Phoenixmon out with 5, count them, 5 Digimon underneath her, for evolution sources.
That is
my Taichi.
4 underneath them. Thank you very much.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, I'm counting wrong? Oh no, it's.
No,
it doesn't matter.
It's 5 total Digimon. It's 4 Digivolution sources. There you go.
My bad. Since I have 4, count them 4. Apparently, I can't count them. The Taichis are now activated, and my Phoenixmon now has +2 security checks, which means if I swing with security, I will check 3 of them. So he will have to destroy 3 of his securities if I attack. And I think I want to do that, so I'm actually going to have
you do it.
Dark Tyrannomon suicide into the Mega Kabuterimon.
Dang. Alright, so they're both at 6,000, so they both die. And there we go. As a note, the DP doesn't like decrease during battle. It's an all or nothing thing. So if he was to attack me with something that had 7,000 DP, that thing wouldn't have 1,000 left over. It would just be back at 6,000. It would be back at 7,000. It's not a health system.
Yeah. Okay. So now I will attack your security with Phoenix.
Boo.
It had 14,000 DP because of the inheritable skill underneath on the Greymon.
That's right. Now, if by some miracle Phoenixmon dies while doing the security checks, they will stop then and there. Otherwise, all 3 of these will go through. So let's see what we get here. Card 1 is, Flower Cannon. Rest one of your opponent's Digimon. Great, that's not helpful anymore. It's already rested. All right, next up, we have Atler, or Mega Kabuterimon. He is dead. And finally, we have, that's so sad. My good old Hercules Kabuterimon won't live to fight. All right, so that is 3 security checks, and they weren't very helpful to me. A great thing about this game is the sense of unknown that you get when you attack security, because there's so many different things that can happen. You don't know whether they're going to benefit you or not. When you're attacking with a Digimon as strong as Phoenixmon, you tend to not have to worry about Digimon, but there are still some cards that may cause problems, like option cards, that could put a dent in your plans.
Yeah. All right. So to finish up my turn, I think I'm going to evolve Biyomon into Greymon, and then draw a card, and then it is your turn.
Now, you know what we haven't explained yet, I don't think, or maybe we did and I just missed it, but I'm going to explain it again anyway, is we've been Digivolving this whole time, right? It should be noted that Digivolution happens based on color. There are no Digivolution requirements like there were in past Digimon games. It's just if your colors match, they can Digivolve into that thing. So any red Digimon can evolve into any red Digimon that's 1 level higher than it. So this level 6 Phoenixmon came from a level 5 Groundermon. If I wanted to evolve my Kabuterimon into a Metal Greymon, I couldn't because they would be 2 different colors. So it is my turn again. Oh, good point, Wrist. Wrist just reminded me as well that in order to play option cards of a certain color, there has to be a permanent card down of that color. So that means either a Tamer card, a Digimon in the battle area, or a Digitama or Digimon in the raising area. If that color does not exist on the board, that option card cannot be played. Alright, so we will go ahead and do our raising phase.
You're at 3 memory, by the way, because me.
Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you for keeping an eye on that.
No problem.
So we have Fremon out. We're going to evolve Fremon into Palmon, who has a when played effect that will not go off because we did not play her. We just Digivolved her. We do draw a card still, since that was an evolution. And now we got to figure out exactly what we want to do next. We have 3 to work with here. That's pretty good. That gives us a lot of good options. We pretty much have no chance of taking down that Phoenixmon, and we are almost definitely going to die next turn. But we're gonna do our best in the meantime. That is for certain. So we're going to put out. Yeah, we're gonna spend 2 more memory to Digivolve into Mega Kabuterimon.
Hello, welcome back.
Indeed. Draw another card there. And yeah, that's not helpful, unfortunately. It would be, but it's not. And we'll remember that Flurp will be able to get 3 memory by default, so I don't have to be too conservative, but I do have to be careful about what I play to make sure I end up in that direction. Alright, we're going to start off by tapping Mimi. And that lets us put out Palmon right away.
It's really good.
Indeed. As a note, there is summoning sickness in this game, meaning that if you play a Digimon to the battle area, then it cannot attack that turn. However, because Palmon was digivolved from the raising area, it is not subject to said summoning sickness. Anything coming out of the raising area is immediately good to go, and anything digivolved from a Digimon that does not have summoning sickness is also ready to go. So if I wanted to attack with Palmon, I can. I've just got to figure out if that's the best option to go with. Do I want to rush him? Maybe. What's Primon got? So you've only got 1 rested Digimon, so that doesn't help. So Atler does get a bonus from that thanks to Kabuterimon. So Mega Kabuterimon is at 7,000 DP right now. Palmon's at 1,000. Palmon attack security. She is almost definitely going to die.
She's very weak.
She is
but
very,
very cute.
Very weak. That's true. Nice. The great thing about this game, all new artwork, 100% new artwork.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
yeah, it's very nice. It's not just the same Bandai images, which I love the official Bandai images, but you know, you can't use them for everything.
Right. Even the Metal Greymon Virus, the special card, they redrew it. They didn't just this one.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Also very rare and expensive.
I want it.
I do want it. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and attack security with Mega Kabuterimon for 7,000.
Security?
Yes. Yeah, definitely not attacking Phoenixmon. All right, sweet.
Okay.
So that guy's dead. He would be anyway, but thankfully I'm not dead. That's the important part. So he's got 3 more security to work with here. Where are my Woodmon? I need them.
Those the blockers?
They are. Again,
Okay.
you can only block with Digimon that specifically have the blocker ability, and that's going to be very important here in a second. But that's all right. So we'll go ahead and evolve up into Grand Kawagamon here. Move that over. Draw that, and it is your turn.
Alright, I will activate. I will draw a card. Move this guy out. Man.
Yep.
Never gets old. Alright. So first things first, I'm going to swing into security with +2 security check. So it's important to note here that just because I would normally get rid of 3 security when attacking, but because he only has 2 left, those would go away, and the last security check would basically just not exist. It does not count as the last attack I would need to win. So only 2 would go away.
That's right. So now we're gonna do the security check, and if you're paying attention, you'll notice that he also has that Greymon he brought out, and that it was brought from the raising area, so it does not have summoning sickness and is able to attack right away. What this means is that my only hope of winning right now is that this next security card, this first one that I'm about to flip over, is something that will stop this attack. If not, then this game is very likely Flurps. Let's see. Potato Smash. It has no security effect. Check that out. Nothing down there. So, next security check. I'm on anything that can tap Greymon, and it's Kabuterimon. So the security checks are over for Phoenixmon. So Flurp, continue.
I will not delay any longer. I will turn Greymon sideways, and that will be that.
That is game. All right. Congratulations, Flurp, for winning this televised performance. And yeah, like I said at the beginning, this is pretty consistent. Flurp is a good deck builder and knows.
I did not build this deck.
Okay, that's true. You didn't build this deck, but you are good at seeing what's good in decks too, I will say. So
I appreciate it.
Yes. So very good work there. Excellent. Well done. So we just did green and yellow. So let's say we do, or green and red. Let's say we do one more match. And how about we use the blue and yellow starter decks? For this
Sure,
one.
I have
Or if
a
you
lot
have.
of blue experience. No, I'll use the starter deck.
Oh,
it's
okay,
fine.
I was gonna say, because that's true. You do have a blue deck too. So if you do want to just
Yeah,
completely destroy me, that's also fine.
Nah, that's fine. I'll use the starter deck. I'm sure a lot of people have just the starter decks anyway.
You know what?
So-
That's probably true. That is probably true. So, I will say, after getting going through my whole box of boosters, it does not really, even all that does not give you enough to form a lot of decks. So,
Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah,
you just
Decks are pretty specific in what they need.
yes, indeed. All right. So that's the Digitama, and we want. Come on. There it goes. Alright, so there's our deck, and there's our Digitama. You'll notice this one only has 4 Digitama. That's fine. There's not an actual requirement for the number of Digitama cards you use. It's just up to 5 is what you have to
Yeah.
do. If you want to go less than 5, that's cool. Go for it. But you have to... you can't go more than 5.
Which is funny because you can only have up to 4 of the same type or like exact card for Digitamas. But you can't have 5. So if you wanted to run 5, you would have to have one that was different.
Yes, indeed. Which I like to do, but may not always be the best strategy.
It's I mean, I do that. It's better to have more than less in terms of what you have in that pot.
Oh,
But,
sweet. So I'm
because-
actually right about that.
Nah, you're playing the meta.
Awesome. All right, so we have these decks out. So we're gonna get our securities out first. And then since Flurp went first last time, I'll go ahead and go first this time, as long as there are no objections.
Nah, go.
Cool. All right, so here we go. So these are again starter decks. Flurp is using the blue starter deck, the Cocutus blue, and I'm using Heaven's yellow. So you'll see different play styles from these, from green and red. Yellow is great at defense overall. It's also good at lowering enemies' DP to make them stronger, or rather to make them weaker so you're stronger, which is very helpful. And blue, it really hates when you have Digivolution sources and tries to screw with that all the time and is a bit obnoxious. So we're gonna see. We're gonna absolutely
Look how
see some of
effective the starter deck is at doing that.
All right, so got our hand here. We've got our security out. That means we are ready to go. So on my turn, I will not draw a card since it is the first turn of the game. I flip over a card for my raising area. We do have Tokomon here and his weird orbular art. That again, I like Teethy Tokomon. It's just he just looks, something's off to him.
Yeah, I think they tried to get the best of both worlds and ended up with a weird hybrid abomination.
Yes, keep him cute, but still have the teeth.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to then play another card out here. We're going to play Tapermon. We're going to evolve him. That's 0 cost for memory, so I don't have to move that over just yet. And I do draw a card. And we will then play Salamon out directly onto the field for 2 memory, making it Flurp's turn.
All right. I will flip a Sunamon. I'd like to go on record and say that Little Siri is right. Blue is the best.
It does seem to be, honestly, out of everything, it is the most favored deck I've seen, or the favorite favorite color.
Because like Magic the Gathering, they gave blue a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will draw for my turn since I go second. All right, first things first, we're gonna do a 100% totally canon evolution and evolve to God.
100%. It's the only thing Gabumon's allowed to evolve from.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I'm going to evolve that Gabumon into Grizzlymon.
Ooh, a blocker.
Blocker. I think this is the first blocker we've seen. Draw a card off of that evolution. Cool. And I will. I'll take this opportunity to play Matt.
Hi, Matt.
This is a little tamer card. So they're the little ones that cost 2 memory, and then the big ones which cost 4 memory and have a better effect, in my opinion.
I mean, generally speaking, yeah, the definitely better effect. All right, so that
okay,
makes
objectively speaking.
Yes. All right, so I draw a card at the beginning of my turn. I will move Tapermon out of the raising area, and I've got to be careful now because you'll notice a thing about his deck right away, thanks to this Matt card. If an opponent's Digimon has no Digivolution sources, gain +1 memory. And that's going to be a theme you're going to see with this blue deck, is that I want to make sure I have evolution sources, otherwise I will be opening him up for other things. And who knows, he may just take some away from me at different points during this game. I say who knows, but that's, I know. It will happen.
I know.
So I am going to be doing a couple things here. We're going to first... What do we got here for Tokemon's effect? Once per turn, if Digimon's DP is reduced to 0 and destroyed, it's +1,000. That's so unhelpful. So we're going to evolve Tapermon into Unimon.
Hello.
For 2. That's another card from me. And this is a blocker as well, so thankfully I will be able to block incoming attacks if I need to. And, oh, hello, what is this? I don't need that at all yet. Needed that last game, that's for sure. And for Salamon... That's... Yeah, we're definitely going to go this route. We're going to evolve Salamon into Angemon for another 2, and we will draw a card, ending our turn.
Alright, my turn. I will draw a card. I will move Grizzlymon out there crookedly. Okay. So, Matt will not activate because you have cleverly foiled my plans.
That's right.
To get an extra memory. But I will evolve Grizzlymon.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3 into Zudomon.
Ooh, my boy.
He looks very cool in this game. He has
Look
a
at him.
couple artworks.
He does.
And because I have Digivolved into Zudomon, his effect will activate, discarding 2 Digivolution sources from the bottom of one of your Digimon.
Man, I hate that.
I will get rid of Tokamon and Tapermon underneath of Unimon.
Okay. Hi guys. Like I said, Blue hates when you have Digivolution sources.
Yeah, I really don't like cards being in piles unless they're on my side of the field.
That's right.
So with 1 memory to your name, it is your turn.
Great. Thank you so much for that generous offer.
No problem. This is a good time to mention that it is important to manage your own memory, but also make sure that when the turn flips, your opponent has less memory than you do at the start of your turn. So like if you can put your opponent on 1 memory when their turn starts, you're in a much better position. Obviously, most of the time, you won't be doing much on your turn if you do that, but it keeps the game going at a pace that maybe you'll be more comfortable with early on. So it's all part of the strategy.
Definitely. Or you could just go crazy and play a bunch of megas on your first turn. Well, 1 mega on your first turn.
Totally do that too. I've seen that win, and I've lost to it, so.
Oh, man. Okay, so we drew our card, we played Tokomon from our raising area. We are going to evolve Tokomon. We're going to get a new guy out here. Look, it's everyone's favorite little bat rabbit thing. And it's Patamon. No memory cost for that evolution. And we draw a card. We now have to be careful, because like Flurp so generously said, we only have 1 memory. And we want to make sure to use that memory very carefully, because as soon as we use it, it will not be our turn anymore. Now, we want to get to the security over here, but Angemon's only 4,000 DP, and the odds are very much against me that I'll attack security and live, so I really don't want to attack security right now. So instead, what I will do is we're going to leave Unimon alone because he's a blocker, and blockers are great to have out just in case. If nothing else, if he has something weak out, he won't want to attack me because I'll kill it. And if he has something strong out that's going to do a bunch of damage, I can stop it from happening. So we are going to evolve into Magna Angemon here.
Hello.
Which will cost us 3 memory. And we will need to draw 1 card. And Unfortunately for us, Unimon still has no Digivolution sources, so now it being the start of Flurp's turn, he will get another memory thanks to Matt. Thanks,
Huzzah,
Matt.
thank you, Matt. All right, so first things first, I'll draw. I will flip a card off the raising pile, Digitama pile. All right, so I'm going to evolve that Sunamon into Gomamon,
Cute little Gomamon.
and I will draw a card for that evolution. Interesting. So I have a few options here. I can attack with Zudomon and open him up to being attacked later, and potentially have him die to a security check. As tempting as that is, I think I will instead evolve Gomamon into Grizzlymon, 2 memory. I will draw off of that. I will spend 3 memory to evolve that Grizzlymon into Werger.
Nice. 2 7,000 DP Digimon.
And it is now your turn.
Excellent. So we will draw our card. And as you'll notice, I now have 7 cards in my hand, but not to worry, there is no hand limit in this game. So you can have up to 49 cards in your hand and be fine. Once you have 50, you're about to die, because decking out is a thing in this game too. So make sure to keep an eye on that. Happened to me in the app, that is for sure. The training app. Okay, so we'll move Patamon out. Go. And what do we want to do? We got 2 memory to work with, so I can do an action that costs 2 before I have to worry. The security is just over there all nice and ready to be attacked. I want to attack it, but do I want to attack it with Magna Angemon? I would get 1 memory, so that'd be cool. I want 1 memory. Yeah, let's do it. Let's attack with Magna Angemon to security.
All right. I will flip a security, and it is Bearmon. You just die.
Excellent. All right, so I gain 1 memory for that move. Paid off for me, so I'm happy about that. Now, let's do a little evolution, why don't we? Let's go ahead and get this Patamon over here all evolved up into Gatomon for 2 memory. Draw a card. And now the thing I gotta worry about is that this Magna Angemon, he's only 7,000 DP. He's sideways right now, he's rested, which means that Zudomon or Wergurumon will just be able to slam themselves into him to kill him, which I don't really want them to do. Also, hey Laitama, what's up? And I'm going to... So yeah, I'm not going to leave Magna Angemon this way. We're gonna go ahead and evolve him into Seraphimon.
Hello, Seraphimon.
That cost me 4, so unfortunately I'm giving Flurp a little bit to do there, but that's alright, because Seraphimon's going to tear him apart next turn.
Oh, okay.
I hope. And then we draw for Seraphimon.
Alright, so first things first, Matt is going to hand me a memory, because that Unimon is still naked.
Sure is.
I will draw a card, and I will deploy the Werguru. Alright, so I have 4 memory to work with here, which is a good number. I will spend 4 of that memory.
Ooh, oh boy, what did we open him up for?
I will evolve Wergurumon into Metal Guru.
Ooh, there he is. There he is, right on the memory counter.
Yeah. I will draw off of that. Alrighty, so things are about to get intense.
Things are about to get terrible is the correct word.
So, Metal Gurumon is really cool. When attacking, he can reactivate himself, meaning he will turn vertical again, and he can attack once more if I so wish. I will attack Seraphimon.
Nah, don't do that. You don't gotta do that.
I will.
Okay, fine. That's unfortunate.
All right. And now he can reactivate himself as he is attacked. And now I will swing him into security.
What has he got down here? Let's see. We got
Well, Wergarumon says if my opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution sources, I have security attack +1. So in theory, I could have attacked twice with +1 security.
That is true.
But I don't like Soraka.
Well, that's sad because he's a great guy. You should just get to know him. All right, and then we have Tsunomon, who when he fought Seraphimon right now, that was 12,000 versus 1,000 because of or no, it wasn't. But the thing I wanted to point out about it was that when he's attacking security does not count as fighting a Digimon or battling an opponent's Digimon. So even if Tsunomon or if Metal Garurumon fights a Digimon in security, and it technically doesn't have a Digivolution source, of course, it won't matter because it's doing a security check, not battling a Digimon. So he is still 11,000 though, that's nothing to sneeze at, and he's doing 2 security checks, so let's see what happens. Up first, we have Anjouamon, who is definitely not enough to take that out, and we have... Oh, what's this do? We have Strike of the 7 Stars, and it activates this card's main effect, which is one of your opponent's Digimon loses 10,000 DP for this turn. Now, that's not enough to take out Metal Garurumon, unfortunately. So we're gonna do that to poor Zudomon over here.
Yeah.
And
oh man.
because his DP is depleted, he is dead.
Yes. If a Digimon's DP goes to 0, it is gone.
Yes. So good. That's one less security attack to worry about.
All right. So my turn is not over yet, even though Zudomon's life is.
I'm kind of wondering if I should have blocked with Unimon now. Was I stupid? I might have been stupid, but that's fine.
It is a decision. You can saving blockers for later is not a bad choice.
It's not. It's just a. Was it the right one?
Time will tell.
It will.
All right. To finish up my turn, I think I'll spend 2 memory, and I'll just bring Gomamon out.
Daw.
And that is it.
Okay.
A little stake.
So we're drawing a card. We are flipping over our raising area Digimon. We are evolving our raising area Digimon into Patamon for free.
Hello.
And we are then... Wow, why do I have so many of these? That's fine. All right, so I got 2 to work with here. That's not very many, unfortunately. So... We're at least going to throw down a Fire Tornado, and this will make it so that one of your opponent's Digimon loses, or that's incorrectly worded. One of your Digimon gets security attack -3 until the end of their next turn. So Metal Garurumon now has 3 fewer security checks until the end of Flurp's next turn. Do you want to keep that, or are you fine with me discarding it?
No, you can.
Okay,
get rid of it.
Cool.
I know. Garurumon is now incapable of... You have defanged my Metal Garurumon.
That's right, I have. Alright, and that cost us 2. We could still do 1 more action of memory, but we can also attack if we wanted to. And because of the way that things are going right now, I do want to attack. So I'm going to attack with Gatomon for security.
And...
Alright, so they both die. Well, again, I always say they both die, as if the security could have survived.
Yeah, Kakumon was going to the discard pile no matter what.
Yes. All right, and to close things off here, we'll go ahead and play Salamon for 2 memory. And then, of course, I have 2 Digimon now with no Digivolution sources, so you know what that means.
Only counts 1.
Right,
so.
Thankfully. Now, if you had 2 mats out, then each of them would do it, but currently he only has 1.
I will draw. I will flip Susunomon. Hello. I will evolve Sunomon into Gabumon, and I will draw a card. Now, theoretically, I could attack security with Metal Garurumon. It just nothing would happen.
Yes, it would not be the best move.
Yeah. Instead, I think I will evolve Gomamon into Ikak for 2 memory. I will draw. I will now play out Bearmon. And it is your turn.
Okay. Let's do that then. Cab, do you have any closing words?
Apart from the fact that, you know, the game is actually really enjoyable, not really.
Okay, cool. Thanks for joining us, Night Cab.
Cool. Have a good night.
You too.
Right.
All right, so my turn. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to move Patamon out of the raising area. Where have you been all game? All right, so my strategy at this point is going to be a little bit ridiculous because I've got this big guy over here to worry about, and I don't know what I'm going to do about that, to be 100% honest with you. So I've got to really work to prevent that thing from being a major problem. So first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to take cute little TK here. We're going to put him down, so we have a tamer of our own. This allows all of my security Digimon to have plus 2,000 DP, which might save them. We'll find out. And we will then attack security for 1,000.
Ooh, okay. I will flip it.
Oh no.
It is facing.
How could this be?
I will eat Patamon.
All right, and then we'll go ahead and stave off our demise with another fire tornado. So that Metal Garurumon once again has no security checks.
Sad. All right, so I'll start my turn then. You have Digimon with no distribution sources.
I sure do.
I will draw a card. I will deploy Gabumon. For Metal Garurumon, he just wants to have fun.
He does. I don't want him to though.
Okay. So, first things first. Let's spend 2 to evolve Gabumon into Grismon.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh my god. Alright. Okay. So I could attack with Metal Garurumon. I won't. I think I am going to play Vulcan's Hammer.
Ooh. Giving yourself
Gain
another
a memory. Yeah, but it is literally only so that when I play this, you will be at 1 memory.
You're such a jerk.
Yes, I am.
What did my fire tornadoes ever do to you?
Think about this. I think probably for the best, just play out Goblin.
Okay, I draw my card. Yeah, find a good spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, turn off the snap.
Alright, no, Tokamon does not go in my hand. So that's my final raising area card, so I won't have any more of those after this turn. So, bummer, but that's alright. We'll evolve this last one into Patamon. We'll draw a card. Now, one thing that Flurp just did that's really unfortunate is he did play Grismon, or he digivolved into Grismon, so he has a blocker out, meaning I can't just throw children at security anymore and get rid of them. He will block me if I try to do that. So, and we'll lose nothing for it, basically. That's not the best strategy on my end to do. And because of my memory being at 1 right now, I really only have 1 maximum action that I'll be able to take. And I don't have good options at the moment. So I gotta figure out the best way to go about this to prevent my untimely demise. It's not just swinging with Salamon again. Now the nice thing is Unimon is 6,000, so it'll put pressure out to make him not want to attack with his lesser Digimon, and his Grizzlymon would require him to use 2 memory in order for that one to attack. Metal Garurumon's really the only problem I have right now, and it's a mighty big problem with the 2 security checks, and I'd be able to block it, but Unimon would die, allowing the rest of his children and his Grismon to attack me, thus taking the game. I don't really want that to happen. That would not be a great outcome for me, so we will do the unthinkable here and play Fire Tornado on Metal Garurumon.
That is, I've never seen that before. Oh man.
I mean, all I'm doing really is delaying the inevitable, but you know.
You're killing me.
Give me one, I give you one. Well, I give you, and then you get one because Matt, but yeah. So.
Okay, so I'll get one.
Yep.
I'll flip. I guess I'll draw first and then flip. All right. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna see if I can do it. End it here.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Sorrow Blue.
No.
And that will make it so that Unimon, who has no Digivolution sources, cannot block.
Oh, what a card.
And I will. First things first, I'll attack your security with Gabumon.
Alrighty, that is Anjouamon.
Oh,
So,
die.
yep.
I will attack with Grismon.
That's a Bearmon.
Sorry,
what's this guy do? All of your Digimon and security Digimon gain plus 5,000 DP for this turn. After that, add this card to your hand. So, okay.
Cool.
Neat.
I will attack
lives.
the last one with Ikakumon, who will probably die if that's a Digimon.
It will
Definitely die. if
be the
that's a
thing that
Digimon.
gets rid of Metal Garurumon, please. Hey, look, it's the thing that gets rid of Metal Garurumon.
And I will attack with Grismon.
Curses. And that is it. Grismon has taken out myself after everything else took out my security. So Flirp has won the game. Well done. You won both rounds. Holy cow. That's a best 2 out of 3 right there.
This was you did very well keeping the Metal Garurumon from biting your head off.
Yes, unfortunately I had to choose between doing that and letting anything else happen. So it's didn't quite save me at the end, but it delayed my demise to a degree. So I didn't have a lot of other great options going on. Some of those TKs should have come out a little bit earlier, but that's how this game goes. The starter decks are overall pretty well balanced against each other, I'd say. I feel like yellow kind of loses a bit more, but some people say it. I don't say that because I've won a few games with yellow too. Like,
Yeah,
I've
I've lost
worked out
to it.
perfectly. Yeah, like yellow works. So I don't believe it if people say like, oh, it's not that good of a deck. It may have lost this one, but it'll win other ones.
It's all anecdotal. I've heard people say that the blue deck is the worst one of the starters, and I just can't. Obviously, I can't disagree more.
Yeah,
but
no, for sure. I think it's a lot about finding your playstyle specifically. So if you're losing a lot with a certain color, maybe that color doesn't use a strategy that is good for you. And no, also, it's card games. Card games, you're going to get bad hands sometimes. You're going to get not the best cards out, and you're going to make poor decisions, like not blocking earlier with Uni. Well, I don't even know. Did that hurt me or not? I don't know.
I actually don't know. I think the pivotal move late game on my end was playing I was going to evolve Ikakumon, but I played Gabumon instead because I wanted to go wider.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I think with your strategy, keeping me at low memory, like you did fantastic at keeping me low memory. That definitely was a big difference on my end because you were, and as you saw here, everyone, Flirp basically limited me to 1 move per turn, which is very difficult with some decks. Now, on my green deck, that might not have been as big of a problem since I have lower costs, but yellow, it took me 4 to evolve into Seraphimon, for example. So that's when the minimum thing you can do mostly costs 2, it's not good to be at 1 memory. So
yeah, that's the best part about the big tamers, the 4 memory cost ones, because they basically make it so that the game just shifts into overdrive for whoever plays that, because you always have 3 memory to work with. So, but it also incentivizes your opponents to play a little bit, not recklessly, but to use more memory in general. So just one of those tamers makes the game go bigger, I guess.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you got more to, you might as well use it, so you do. It's
Yeah, it also makes it impossible to do the thing that I was doing, which is give your opponent less memory, because they'll always have at least 3.
yes.
So,
But there you have it. Before we go off, please feel free to type in any questions you might have in the chat real quick before we go off here. But yeah, I'm really happy with this game. It's nice. It's different from what else I've done. I haven't played a whole bunch of card games, I'm not going to lie. I've at least played Magic. I've tried Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. I've not done Duel Masters at all, even though people keep telling me I should give it a shot.
It's older, but like this game has echoes of Duel Masters in it. For sure.
Yeah.
Like the shield, the like the tapping, it's all very similar. The memory system is the really true unique thing about this game, and I love it. I honestly think it's one of the most interesting and unique resource systems I've played in a card game.
Definitely. I think the fact that this is so unique of a game compared to others I've played, and coupled with the other fact that this is simple as heck. Like, this is a very easy game to get the hang of. There's not a lot of rules. Almost everything that you need to know, apart from the order of turns and how memory works, is printed on the cards, and so you don't have a lot of different things to remember. So it's very easy to pick up. I highly recommend it. We play all the time at the Digimon Discord community, and by all the time I mean usually on weekends. But it's we'll do stuff. We did a sealed tournament last week where we just all opened up a bunch of boosters, put together decks, and tried it out, and I'd say that went reasonably well. In addition, there is the Digimon TCG 2020 Discord as well, where people play a lot more frequently, and you'll be able to fight people who are even more familiar with the game. I play this game really casually, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy it, but I'm not a big competitive person for this. So you'll find, if you want to get into competitive, there's a lot more people like that at the Digimon TCG 2020 Discord. So links for both of those Discords are in the description, so please do feel free to check those out. Ask questions over there. There's a lot of nice people that'll help you out. And yeah, I usually hang out at the DDC on a daily basis, so if you want to chat, I am always up for it. If you want to fight, I'm up for that too. So, as Riss did point out, Chrono Clash is another card game where this memory system comes from, I guess, which I've never played Chrono Clash neither, because, you know, if I can't keep up with all the card games. There's like so many. Like, every random franchise gets a card game these days, not just in Japan, but America too. Like, I think the Dragon Ball is probably the other biggest one I know of that got big, but you know, there's also a Star Wars card game. I have a few My Little Pony decks. I'm not even a brony, by the way. I just freaking have My Little Pony decks because why do I have those? Why do I have those? I think
possession. My Little Pony. I wonder if they have tournaments or stuff like that.
I wonder. They're still sealed and everything. So next time you come over, Flip, let's play that. Let's play the My Little Pony card game. I'll open them up. We'll try it out. Let's see if it's any good. But
never know.
Then
card games, like, you know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of card games come up and die like that. Like no one is playing the My Little Pony game. No one's playing the Star Wars game. No one's playing the. I freaking love Lord of the Rings. All right, I'm not playing the Lord of the Rings card game. Like,
everything. I remember back in back in like the early 2000s, like everything needed a card, because it was just like they were looking at things like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, and just like, yeah, I want that money. Need a card game for that.
Absolutely.
I don't want to think about how many games just straight up die like a year after they get printed. I know there was like a Zatch Bell card game that I still have, the
which has the coolest mechanic in it ever with that book. That book is so cool.
The way you play is like you put cards in the book, and then you turn the pages as you play, and you play cards from it directly, and the book looks like the Zatch Bell book, and it's just very, very neat. But yeah, obviously that did not last longer than a couple of months.
Right. I think the biggest problem is a lot of these card games come out, and then you play them, and you're like, okay, but why am I playing this instead of Magic? Is generally the thought process I could.
Yeah.
When Hearthstone came out, that's what I did. I played Hearthstone for a bit, and all it made me want to do was play Magic. That's how it went. But it feels different enough. It feels like more of its own thing to where I do actually enjoy playing this. I'd go out of my way to play this.
Yeah.
Regularly.
Well, also, obviously, love the property.
Well, of course, absolutely, and Liam brings up something in chat there that's good about that, saying that they hope we get an English release. I really hope we do too. I would love to see this game released in English. I'm pessimistic when it comes to that sort of thing. I'm not gonna lie. Digimon's not a huge franchise over here. That's all I'll say about that. But it's one I would like to see get big. I'd love to see Bandai put something behind this to try to get this big in the West. I want to see them put Digimon Adventure in the West, Digimon Adventure : in the West, to kind of build that out. We haven't seen any plans really whatsoever with that. I think they may have dialed back because of, you know, the world situation. Obviously they dialed back on the Japanese media as well, but hopefully we'll see something. I'd love to have a big Digimon resurgence in the West and have people know about it over here from more than just the video games, and for their memories of Digimon Adventure and seeing random crap at Hot Topic. I want this to be big again. So
Same.
definitely I hope it comes over here. I would say go out and support it. I don't know how. I don't know what you can do to support bringing it over here. Like, I don't.
If they see that, I guess Westerners are buying the product, I don't know how they would find that metric. But if they could somehow get it, then maybe, I don't know.
Maybe they're watching the proxies that we're ordering it from. Maybe they're like, oh, Hobby Link Japan is reordering this. Maybe that means we should bring it over there directly. Because, I mean, I'm just buying them to collect. I would absolutely buy them to make decks too, if that was an option for me. But yeah, so hopefully it comes over. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see more Digimon anything in the West other than the video games, because that's like my second least thing I'm concerned about with Digimon. I want virtual pets and I want card games. I don't care about the rest. That's not true. I like the show and I like some of the games. A very small number of them. But
they should just come out with a new card game, video game.
I would love that. So that's the other option, right? Is we were talking about that. Maybe they can do just an all-digital version of this. Obviously, I would prefer to be playing this game with actual paper cards against actual real people. But I realize that's a big investment. A digital version is honestly not as big of an investment. And I would love to see them do that. Like, throw it over here, do that crappy free-to-play format that everyone does these days. And, like...
MTG, do it.
Yeah.
It's, they already have a learning app for Android.
They do.
What's that?
They do indeed. It's in Japanese, of course, but yeah, if you have a Japanese iPhone or have an Android device that you can sideload onto, then you can try that out. It's a limited thing. It's a 30 card decks, and it's just very basic scenarios, so it's not like a full game, but it at least shows they have really nice visualizations already set up that they should use. Like, it would be such a waste if they did all that work for just a training app. So I'm hoping that they do have that under in the works, and that they do translate it and bring it over, at least in that capacity, to the West, because I'd play that all the time for sure.
Agreed, definitely. So. And there's a new set coming out soon in July, right?
There is in July. We're got the I forget what it's called. It's the second booster set. And
Ultimate something. I think it's. Let me. I know I posted it in the. It says Ultimate Power, which is pretty vanilla name there.
Great name, Ultimate Power. Cool. To be succeeded by even more Ultimate Power next time.
Mega Power.
Yes. Oh gosh. Yeah, that one it's interesting. So far we've gotten new colors with each evolution or each booster set. So we had the starters, which were red, blue, and yellow, and then we had booster 1, which gave us green, and now in booster 2 we'll be getting black and purple. So the game's not standing still. They're definitely like going right out the gate, throwing new stuff at you, new ideas, and giving us just enough time to get used to the new stuff before we have something else to try out too. Have we seen any cards for the new set yet? We saw the few. We saw the Dark Masters and we saw Old Force Digimon, right?
Yeah, we saw that they exist. I don't think we saw. Yeah, we don't have any skills or anything, no effects yet.
Right. They were very tiny and hard to see, so it's
but the fact that all four is coming in the next set is it's good enough for me.
Yes, I'm happy to see Metal Digimon because there's more freaking aquatic creatures out here. That's the only reason I don't run blue, is because freaking there's only Gomamon and his line, and then Rukamon, and then that's it for the aquatics.
Watch Metal Digimon be Metal Empire.
I would hate that. Oh my gosh. I'd be so. I mean, you say that, it probably would happen too, but we'll see. I hope that's not the case. So either way, keep an eye out for that. That's in July. If you're looking to order Japanese cards, there's a few good spots. I personally use Japan You Want and Hobby Link Japan for the most part. Both of those are really good. You might be able to find it in a few other spots, but you'll probably have to jump through some hoops to get them too. And yeah, so definitely check that out if you're interested in the paper cards. But if you just want to play the game, here you go. This is it. Tabletop Simulator.
Right here.
Nice, easy. It does cost. It's $20 retail to buy Tabletop Simulator. It goes on sale every now and then, though. So you can you may be able to find it at a discount. But the Steam mod, it's free. Obviously, they can't charge for this. This is possibly illegal. I don't know, but it's all in English. It's fan translated so that we can play it without having to sit there with a tablet next to us to figure out what each card does, which is what I did when I played it in real life. And yeah, and you can play it online with all of us. So definitely check this out if you're interested. And check out my other video if you want to see how to get it set up. I posted that video yesterday, and you'll be able to find it on the channel, where it'll show you how to go from DigimonCard.dev into Tabletop Simulator. So
yeah, and if you have any questions, go to the Digimon Discord community and the card game channel, and everyone there is pretty active. So if you have any questions about the game or decks or cards, hang out with us. Do it. Play with us.
Absolutely, we play like again at least a few times a week, so we're always looking for new people to join us. So thank you everyone for coming. Appreciate you all watching. Yep. Hopefully this was informative. Hopefully you learned something more about this game than you already knew. Blurp, thank you so much for being my battle partner today. Good matches.
Thank you for playing with me and allowing me to destroy your security.
That's right. Yeah, I've allow is a strong word, but you forced your way in one way or the other. Wrist, thank you for hanging out, watching chat and all that. Appreciate you being here. Cool.
Sorry.
There you go. You're good. Yeah, thank you for being here. I'm always glad to have you. Wrist is also another player of the card game, so she's always ready to fight too. And yeah, she'll take you on. So everyone, thank you so much. We will talk to you all later and hopefully see you on this playmat. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.